Namaskar, मैं हूं दिबांग. With the assembly elections in April, May next year, 2026, SIR has triggered a political storm in Tamil Nadu. Tomorrow there will be a pitched battle in the Supreme Court where DMK has challenged the legality of the whole process. On the other hand, AIADMK has filed an application supporting the whole process. Not to be left behind, even Vijay's party has questioned the Election Commission. So it promises to be a great debate, intense, full of heat and dust, and hopefully some light. We have 4 participants. We have been already introduced. Can I start with Mr. Dharnidharan? Your leader says that it amounts to murder of democracy. How do you explain that?
See, in a democracy, even if one person who's eligible to vote is not able to vote, then it is travesty to democracy. Very simple. I am not saying my voters will be disenfranchised. Even if a BJP voter, even if a AIADMK voter is disenfranchised, that is travesty to democracy, and we do not want that to happen. Right? See, we are not against SIR, but the whole problem is that, is it possible for the whole process to be complete in 30 days? Right? That too, with support of the state government officials who have a day job. This is only their part-time work which they have to do on top of their day job. And these are workers that are at bottom level of the state governmental bureaucracy like Anganwadi workers, etc. They have about 68,000 workers who have to take care of the roles of about 6.6 crores Tamil Nadu voters, which is about, they have to deal with 1,000 voters per person after taking care of the day job. So what this has done is, if someone who's at the bottom of the pyramid, right, it affects them. If you are very well educated, right, if you are rich, you have connections, you know you have a smartphone, you know how to use the phone, there's not a problem. Okay, even if you're not able to find something in your app from the Election Commission, you can go to the nearby councillor or you can go to an MLA. But look at the people on the bottom of the pyramid, like people living in tribal communities, they don't have access to phone, they are illiterate, and let's say, and they are the ones who migrate often. So let's say if they had lived in some constituency in 2003, and because of demarcation of constituencies and that constituency does not exist, then where do they find the documents? You don't allow, Aadhaar card is not allowed, I mean allowed in the sense only as an identity document, right? Ration card is not allowed, right? Manreha card is not allowed, and 20%, only 20 or 15% of the people living in tribal communities have a date of birth certificate, or less than 5% a passport. So this becomes cumbersome, and they also have to have work every day. And will they go and spend few days to get these documents just because they can vote? No. And that is why I'm saying the process, right, is cumbersome, and 30 days is too short of a time, and they may not take the effort to go and collect these documents. And that is travesty to democracy, because people who need, right, a government of their choice the most are people at the bottom. Richer you are, less dependent you are on the government. Poorer you are, more dependent you are on the government. Right? So you are disenfranchising these people, and this is not desirable. I am not saying the Election Commission is only ill-intended. Okay, they're either incompetent or they're ill-intended. We do not know. But but one of this is definitely true. Right? Even if you look at 2024 election, in 150 constituencies, the vote polled and vote counted did not match. Right? So definitely it has to be either incompetent or ill-intended. I will also tell you the one single line. In a democracy, people elect their government. But SIR, it is the government which is choosing its people. And that is not democracy.
Okay. Mr. Kovai Satyam. So he has raised a very basic issue. And, you know, he echoes the BLOs, the workers who are actually going there. And they're saying that we have to take care of our jobs, and there's so much work pressure that mistakes are bound to happen. How do you see this? That's a very valid argument.
Very good morning to one and all present here. Now I am confused. Is DMK alleging that BLOs are overloaded, or they are more concerned about eligible voters will not be in the list? What is their contention all about? Why are they shifting goalposts now and then just to suit their narrative? Let me tell point blank here, and let it reach to the people of the entire India. India Alliance, where DMK is a major party, they allege that the SIR exercise is vote chori. But what's happening in Tamil Nadu is, it is DMK who is doing this vote chori. It's a blatant, it's not even an allegation, let me tell you. This party has got a distinctive credit where no other party has got. The leader is titled as a scientific corrupt and the party is scientific corrupt party. And what's happening in SIR exercise by DMK is, they are ensuring that eligible voters don't feature, so that once the rolls are being released, they can go to the court and substantiate their claims with data. To substantiate that claim, they are now creating data of eligible voters who cannot appear on the rolls. Why? Because all the people who are BLOs are ensured in such a way that a DMK member, being it in the IT wing of the party or office bearer of the DMK, is being tagged along with the BLO, and the BLOs are pressurized force to do what these guys say. There are n number of audios that have come out where BLOs are crying because of the harassment by DMK, not by anybody else. Udaynidhi Stalin's constituency, wherein DMK members have installed tables and booths to fill up BLO forms. We have raised complaints. 3 BLOs were being changed, 2 were suspended, and we have been complaining day in and day out, not on the SIR process. By the way these BLOs are being treated, by the way these DMK go all out to fill the form by themselves. So when having this much of mud with them, and they go out and paint a narrative that BLOs are overstretched, overstrained. A RK Nagar constituency, a BLO can scan 50,000 forms in one single day. Can anyone believe that? They finished 50,000 forms in one single day. A constituency has got an average of 3 lakh voters. Going by that speed, they can finish in 6 days' time. Or is it the first time that SIR exercise is happening
let
in
Mr.
Tamil
Dharanidharan
Nadu?
respond to it. Let me
It's
respond.
very amusing, right? So the election commissioner is under the union government. Union government in de facto elects the election commissioner. They can advise them. They can form any bill they want. And they are now saying that DMK, my party, is involved in Ochari. Assume if that is true, which means the election commission is incompetent, and thereby the union government BJP is incompetent. So he's saying his alliance party is incompetent, right? Even otherwise, then it holds true in Bihar, the BJP and JDU were in alliance, which means then their BLOs were state government officials, then did not cooperate with RJD. Is he then accepting the claim of the Congress and RJD in Bihar? So this is baffling to me. The whole point is 6.5 crore people or 6.6 crore people electorate. You cannot do the process in 1 month. It's impossible. Why? What do I mean by vote chori? What do I mean by vote chori? Even if a single person who is eligible to vote, if he is not able to vote, then that is vote chori, because to vote, this is right? And to deny him to vote because of the process, because of incompetency, because of ill intent, then that is vote chori, and that is travesty to democracy. I don't see what the confusion is. You haven't done the census, which has to be done in 2021, now until 26. Has it happened in independent democracy? Okay, you will say COVID, but COVID is like gone 3 years back. You could have done the census, you will know the exact number of population living, you could have verified the fresh rolls with the rolls of the census, you have some reference document. Now you don't have any reference document. What is the hurry? Okay, the first SIR was done in 2002 to 2003, 2005, right? But 21 years this SIR has not been done. So if 2014 to 2025 BJP is in power, they could have started the process in 2017, they could have started the process in 2021, they could have started the process in 2024 in Tamil Nadu after the union government election, that's 2 years time, or you could have started the process in 2022 before the 24 elections. Why 1 month, why 4 months before the election, giving 1 month time? Or you could have started it during the Bihar election itself, Tamil Nadu SIR also.
Okay, we got your point,
Yes, you only depend on the state government officials.
Mr. Surya.
Can I finish this? What
briefly,
is more amusing
very
is
briefly.
anything that is against the law is punishable. I am alleging that they are doing the scientific vote chori, and what the terminology used by my friend Salem is, it is incompetence, which is very amusing. I am saying they are indulging in this scientific corrupt practice of removing an eligible voter by not filling the form. The forms are filled not by BLOs, but they are DMK people who are there on the ground with BLOs. I'm alleging that they are doing the scientific vote chori, and what the terminology used by my friend Salem is, it is incompetence, which is very amusing. I am saying they are indulging in this scientific corrupt practice if removing an eligible voter by not filling the form. The forms are filled not by BLOs, but they are DMK people who are there on the ground with BLOs. They intentionally correct, omit a mistake. They write it as unverified. What is the need to write unverified? That they are doing a scientific correct practice of removing an eligible voter. What is more amusing is 2016, their leader Karunanidhi, just 2 months away from the assembly election, he wrote a statement, big statement to election commission saying that only 2 months are there for the election to happen, assembly elections. Please conduct the eligible exercise of removing the fraudulent voters. While they were in opposition, RK Nagar, Stalin went to the election commission and said elections are round the corner. Please remove 40,000 bogus voters.
Okay, let me join.
Thank you, Kovai, for agreeing on that. 1 second.
One moment.
10 seconds.
When it comes to them, time doesn't matter.
1 moment, sir, 1 moment.
No, 10 seconds.
No,
Thank you,
just
Kovai,
1
for
moment.
agreeing election commission is incompetent. Thank you for agreeing with me.
I
It's
am saying
incompetent
you are
organization.
scientific corrupt.
If whoever is
You are not
able to
able to
manipulate the
defend your
system,
party.
if they are incompetent, right?
So you agree that you are
If anyone
scientific
is-
corrupt.
I'm not saying that.
You are
If
agreeing
your
that you are
accusation is
scientifically
true,
corrupt.
if your accusation is true, election commission
No,
is
you are
incompetent.
agreeing. Thanks for
If
agreeing
your
that you are
accusation is
scientifically
true, then
corrupt.
election commission is incompetent. So
I am
as per
saying,
your
thanks for
accusation,
agreeing you are
election
scientifically
commissions are
corrupt.
incompetent. If your allegations
Thanks
are
for
true,
agreeing you are scientifically
as per your
scientifically
allegations,
corrupt.
if your allegations are true, election commission is incompetent. So
that's
thereby,
your
what you say,
allegation.
election commission is incompetent. Thank you so much.
Thank you for agreeing you are
Okay.
scientifically corrupt.
Okay, let me join Dr. Surya. So he made a very valid point. There's been census since 1881. After 2011, there's been no census. You said because of COVID, but so far 142 countries have conducted census. There's no sign of census here. Now, in this case, in SIR, what is the hurry? Why do you want to do it now? You could have given it longer time. You could have taken everybody on board. Election Commission could have done that.
So I was very amused when Dharnidharan said not one vote should be missed. So turning back in the year 2006 when Congress, DMK, UPA was ruling this country, 73 eligible voters were removed from the voter list just because of want of photograph. So I have the CAG audit report of year 2010 which says the election department did not have backup of 73 lakh eligible voters who were deleted for want of photographs. So in the year 2006 alone, 73 lakh eligible voters were not allowed to vote by the UPA government for reasons unknown. So I don't understand, he talks about one vote, here we are talking about 73 votes. Secondly, the DMK say that whole SAR process is unconstitutional, or does it have a legal validity or a constitutional sanction is bogus because it is clearly mentioned in the Representation of People's Act under section 21 subsection 2 that before every general election there should be a mandatory SAR process which was not conducted in the last 20 years. We have seen reports in the last few days about the top command not being interested in doing the SAR process ever since UPA government came in the year 2004. So it is very clear that 2004 to 2014, except for the 2005 left out SAR process, no SAR process happened in this country. So now I will come to the practical viability of the conduct of SAR. Dharnidharan says there are 1,000 voters in every booth. How can a single BLO cover everybody? So what he hides is there are 1,000 votes, but when you take it into houses, there are 250 to 300 houses in every booth. And every booth has a BLO allotted by the state government, supervised by the central government. So a BLO need not visit 1,000 houses, but 250 to 300 houses. So if you take it as an average, a BLO has to visit only 10 to 15 houses a day. He will complete this process. It's not that difficult.
But
like
BLOs themselves are complaining that they're overburdened and they are scared that they will make mistakes.
Like Kovai Satyan says, even in my own South Chennai constituency, there is a BLO who is weeping because of the torture by the DMK. We have seen BLOs crying throughout the state, not because of work pressure, but because the torture that is meted out to them by the DMK low-level workers who are like ward members or ward secretaries, etc. Not a single complaint from any BLO in Tamil Nadu has been registered for the work pressure, but by the DMK office bearers. Yeah. So it is very untrue that BLOs are, given under work stress because 10 houses they can easily visit. It is not difficult at all.
Okay. Benet, Antony, Raj, do you think it's going to be a big issue in the elections here in Tamil Nadu? Is it going to be a big electoral issue?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, all. Actually, our leader Rahul Gandhi already told that institutionalized vote theft for this SIR. So the SIR process is going on now. So already my friend told only 30 days is there. So all the BLOs to go to their area, 1,000 voters they are going to meet and all. Is there no? So it is very difficult because 3 times they have to go there. So one time they should they go there and they are giving that forms. After that they collect that forms like that. The EROs pressurizing that BLOs to issue that forms and all. They are because of his pressure, because of that superior pressure, they can just scan it and just put it put down like that. So they want every day. They want to update that how many forms distributed like that. So now the collecting process also going on. BLOs up to 10 p.m. they are working in their respective areas because they have to upload every day whatever they collect. So whatever they people were BLA 2s and all they are helping. So that is the issue that BLOs is handling. At the same time, it is a very nearby next as you said, next 3-4 months election is going on. So our major states election is there. So because of that, already
do you think it's going to be an electoral issue?
Sir,
do you think it's going to be a real electoral issue? Because we have seen that despite all the noise Rahul Gandhi made about vote chori, we have seen him campaign in Bihar.
Yes, sir.
We have seen Tejasvi Yadav, who is the bigger partner, alliance partner in the state, nudging him, whispering in his ears and telling him not to talk about vote chori, but to talk about unemployment, which is a larger issue. And he campaigned on this. I want to ask you, newsroom is fine, it will make a lot of heat and dust. Good for TRP. But is it really going to affect the people?
Yes, sir, it's definitely affect the people because lot of migrants people is there. So likely in Tamil Nadu, most of the people, they gone for their jobs to Tirupur or Chennai, somewhere else. So the people, they are going to the BLOs, they are searching their votes and all in the particular area. That time, nobody is there in the home or nobody is there because they will go for a job. After that, they will come within a month or sometimes within 2 months once they come to home. Because of their jobs, they are going there. So if they are all voted for last 2024. Last 24, they are all cast their votes. Now, within 2 years, all the elections, previous elections, they cast their votes. Now, you say you are not there in the house, so that is why your vote is not there. So it is very unfortunate, right? So the people are affected, obviously.
So I have only one point to make. Why SAR is needed? So in the last 20 years, let us take Tamil Nadu as a case study. The average deaths per year is 5 lakh to 8 lakh. It is between 5 lakh to 8 lakhs. We all know how we registered to become a voter. But has any of us done any exercise to remove our votes from the electoral roll? It is very difficult process. Except for the SAR exercise, you do not have an option of deleting a voter from the voter list. So I have taken the survey in my own constituency, Velicheri constituency. 15,680 voters, they are dead, but they are still figuring in the electoral rolls. So how do you delete them from the electoral roll? Every year after election, we keep telling Mumbai's voting percentage is less, Chennai's voting percentage is less. We keep blamed for not voting at all. But people do not understand that at least 20 to 25% of the voters who are in the electoral roll do not exist at all. So how do you purify the electoral rolls? That is the first question. Today, in every single booth in Tamil Nadu, at least 100 voters are identified to be dead, but they were not removed from the list. Is there an exercise at all to remove the electors who are dead from the electoral list? No. That is why SAR was enumerated in the first place by the Congress government in 1950s. After every general election or before every general election, there was SAR process. That's why in independent India, we had 13 times the SAR process. Okay. It was halted for the last 20 years. We have started it again without questioning the timing. Okay. You respect your own procedure that was formed.
Okay. one of the things your leader says that it will deprive a lot of people from minority communities, SCs, STs. How do you justify that? What is the basis of that?
I think before coming to that, I think that was my introduction point. But the more interesting point here is that no one is not against the process in which you want to purify the roles. Of course, the roles need purification. That everyone in my party, including the chief minister, including the spokesperson, have been saying that. But the point is a 30-day timeline sufficient? The answer is no. The app is crashing. In fact, the last, I think 3-4 days back, for 2 days, the app did not work. We could not upload. The IT wing secretary of my party has also posted it online, tagging the election commission for 3 days in a row. So 30 days timeline, that too in a month when you know in November, December, it rains in Chennai, and then you have Christmas, then you have Pongal. So that even the timing is not right. So why now? So if SG Surya is aware of the electoral rolls needing revision, why was his party that has been in power for the last 11 years sleeping on it and not undertaking SAR? When SAR was undertaken in 2003 and 2005 subsequently by the NDA and the UPA, what was the Modi government doing for 11 years? That is my question. Are we saying that we don't need revision? No, we are saying we need revision. But the point is, why will the downtrodden be left out? For example, let's say I have someone from a migrant laborer, or rather someone from Yerkad, tribal person working in the field, right? He is migrating from Yerkad to somewhere close to Pollachi, right? Migrant laborer. And he is born in 95. His parents passed away in 2002. In 2025, he goes close to Pollachi. So when he goes to Pollachi, that constituency itself, Salem earlier existed, Salem 1, Salem 2, now divided into 4 constituencies. So he will have to go and find someone in his family, their name. His parents are not there, he's not going to find their name. Even if they were alive, where will he go and find their name? Because constituency has been renamed or demarcated, point number 1, point number 2. And then, what documents do they have? Bottom of the pyramid, what documents do they have? They have an Aadhaar, but Aadhaar can be only used in an identity card. Okay, they have ration card, but you don't accept ration, right? They have Manreha card, you don't accept Manreha card. So you're asking passport. Will someone, a tribal person from a tribal community, have a passport? No. Birth certificate, what percentage of population in this country born before 2000 have birth certificate? 20%. So he has to spend few days to create the document. Does he have the luxury of time? Does he have the access to power to get those documents? So he's going to, I'm not saying he's my DMK voter. He could be any voter. He could vote for any party, but he's not able to vote. And that is because of a timeline. If you have a year, then, okay, the process should have been, you should train the BA, but firstly, if you look at the roles, right, SAR roles from 2002, 2003, at least for 30%, the EPIC number is missing. You can download it right now and see.
Mr. Satyan,
I'm not making it up.
Former CEC, S.Y. Qureshi, has said that it's unnecessary and ill-timed because the elections are just 2-3 months away. He said that if you wanted to do it, there should have been at least 2-3 years so that all the parties are on board. There was no need for this hurry.
Parties who are there in the respective area or state are very well aware of this exercise, and they are updated about the happenings each and every day. The question here is why DMK is so rattled about this SAR exercise? Is that what they need to answer? They're saying that no eligible voters should be left out. Why their leader MK Stalin has not still made a statement that every constituency in Chennai is filled with 20,000 to 30,000 bogus voters? Our leader released the data in Tambaram constituency yesterday that in one address, more than 380 voters are there. When a news media went to check, he was threatened by the DMK office bearer there. The news media was chased away. Then later it turned out to be a resident turned church, where 80 voters are there who are there working in the church. So there are discrepancies in the voter list that they have to admit, because the biggest belief and hope of DMK to retain power or come to power is because of these bogus voters. Udaynidhi Stalin constituency has got 11.5% bogus voters, 30,189 numbers. Last month we have submitted the record to the district collector and we have made the appeal to the election commission. Why they are saying that, or why there is no statement from MK Stalin that bogus voters like people who are dead, who are shifted, or who has got double voters should be removed? Why there is no statement from them so far?
I'll give you one
just
statistic.
one last question. Don't you think election commission should have taken all the parties along on this issue? Because everybody wants that the voters list should be purified, which should be cleaned. Shouldn't they have taken everybody along?
So the
Everybody's
answer to
working
that is, shouldn't the responsible parties respond to election commission? When election commission says file an affidavit for your claims,
Okay.
should a
Dhanidharan,
responsible opposition leader
last
should
question.
file an affidavit for his claims?
Please just respond to this
If the
question.
claims are fake, you will not come forward. If the
Okay.
claims
Every
are
party-
genuine, what is the
Respond to
point
this
in taking
question.
forward with the election
Shouldn't the
commission?
election commission have taken
Every
everybody along? Just to
party
that.
BLA is working in the ground. I've attended at least 6 meetings where every party representative came. The question is, adding to Satyan's point, Chief Minister's constituency Kolattur is complaining so much
I'm
of
completely
duplication.
out of time. Shouldn't election commission take
It is
everybody
the-
along
even-
in this process?
Even in Bihar, I'll tell you, Congress had
Dhanidharan, what do you have to say to that?
17,549 BLAs working in the
Shouldn't
ground.
election commission take everybody along in this process?
See, the election commission has not taken anyone along. I'll tell you how ill-intended the election commission is. For example, since independent India, to be a like booth agent, BLA2, you will have to be a resident of that booth, right? Point number one. But miraculously, a week earlier, election commission comes with a modification that the booth level agent could be anywhere in the constituency, need not be a resident of the booth.
Their
This is true.
BLA is
And
the BLA.
it helps only one party,
Their
BJP,
BLA is
because
not-
BJP does not have booth level workers in
can-
Tamil Nadu.
You cannot
It
be
helps
a
only one
BLA
party.
if you are not from the same booth.
Thank you so much.
You
And
cannot
That's
be
come-
only
a
one
BLA
party and BJP.
Thank you,
That is
sir.
ill intention. That is point one. Another point is someone has been telling about 73 voters being missing
73 lakh.
in 2006.
6.
Right, 2006, and then they'll say, so
Mr.
Supreme Court came with the
Dhanidharan,
guidance.
that's all time I have. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have to finish it. I'm sorry. I'm sure
No,
this,
like 10
this
seconds.
debate will continue. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. Thank you.